Hi everyone, and thanks for being with me. Now, the thing I need to say at the outset about Sharri Markson is that Sharri is the gift that just keeps on giving. She's full of hypocrisy, she's full of distortion, and of course, amongst all of that is the Sky version of honesty, which we would often call dishonesty. So she's come out today defending what has happened in Israel. That is the fact that, not defending the fact that Iran's shooting on Israel, but the fact that Israel is being bombed at all. And I want to draw your attention to a small sense of hypocrisy here. Whereas when there was bombing, of which there's been plenty in Gaza, and when innocent people have been killed, and when hospitals have been bombed, schools have been bombed, innocent people have been killed, there has been not a whimper from the likes of Sharri Markson and those people on Sky Over Dark. They are a disgusting breed of individuals, and they need to be called out, as I do most often, as most of you are aware, when they talk crap, when they talk about things that I see and that most of the people that view my channel are aware of is just utter rubbish and hypocrisy. Now, in this battle between Iran and Israel, I'm not necessarily going to take a side. Both sides are probably as bad as each other. And I have no idea, as does anybody else really for that matter, as to whether Iran is in the process of making a bomb or not, whether they're capable of making a bomb or not, or whether they're, 2 weeks away, as Netanyahu's been saying now since 1996. So who knows? There's too much distortion, there's too much dishonesty. No one really knows what's been happening. And it's just full of political crap. And Trump is at the center of all of that. Because had he not done away with the agreement with Iran, then perhaps some monitoring could have taken place, which might have put an end to their development of a weapon, if that's what they're doing. Now, this has been a long-standing issue with Netanyahu and the Israeli government. And they've wanted to get rid of Iran for many, many reasons. But let us not forget that there are people living in Iran who don't like their government, who would wish to see another form of government, a democratic government, not a theocracy. There are people in Israel who would like to see the end of the Israeli government and have a more democratic form of government that followed the rule of law and didn't just indiscriminately bomb people. Now, those people on both sides are the ones who get caught in this conflict and who die. And the Israelis have been able to get through the Iranian defences over and over again, and people are dying in Iran. Iran has been able to get through the Israeli defences, and people are dying in Israel. War doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And whether Trump gets involved in this is another issue. As I've said many, many times, the man's a moron, doesn't know what he's doing anyway, so who knows? And who knows where this is going to go. But right at this moment, people like Sharri Markson are demonstrating their hypocrisy at a level which is hard to comprehend. And I'm going to show you this level of hypocrisy right here. So here she is talking to somebody, and the title of this article that is on Sky News is "Cynicism is Part of Our Attitude." Well, hypocrisy actually should be part of the experience as well, not just cynicism. And here's what she has to say.
And for more, let's cross live now to Israel, where the longtime director of the Prime Minister's press office, Daniel Seaman, joins me. Daniel, thank you so much for your time. What can you tell us about this devastating attack and other hits from Iran overnight?
Well, they attacked Israel twice.
At this point, I think it would probably be fair to say, what can you tell us about the attacks on Gaza and the 50,000 plus people that have been killed, women and children, indiscriminately killed? What can you tell us about that, buddy? That would be the question.
Through the night. I think they were very kind to not to do this in the middle of the night just before we went to sleep and then to wake us up in the morning.
Again, you would never find Israel or the IDF bombing Gaza in the middle of the night or when people were trying to sleep, would you? No, you wouldn't. Just listen. Listen to the hypocrisy here.
But that cynicism is part of our attitude here. The first attack, there were no real casualties. The second one, they hit in Tel Aviv area, and the other one is in the hospital in Soroka, which completely destroyed the whole part of that hospital. The interesting thing is that yesterday, Soroka evacuated that entire part of the hospital, understanding that it is not secure enough. And as a result, we had this miracle this morning that only a few slightly injured, but the hospital, they had to evacuate the patients.
Can we just note here again that in Gaza, many people had to flee to the hospital simply because they had been attacked by the IDF and that they were seeking refuge and healing in that hospital. This is a completely different situation here. They had cleared this hospital at this time, so the casualties were limited.
And moved them to other hospitals, and now they have to restore, and they're opening up parts of the hospital that have been closed down for years to bring back the people from the area of the south of, it's the major hospital in the south of Israel. So we constantly focus on the fortunate aspect of it and not at the tragedies.
Daniel, when you see that Iran continues to deliberately target civilians, a hospital, does this increase pressure on the United States?
Oh, God. What does it tell us? What does it tell us about this woman and her craziness, that she doesn't understand the hypocrisy in this conversation? How can someone be so stupid to not be able to say, well, look, you guys have been bombing indiscriminately people for over a year now and killing women and children and not even flinching about any of that. And here you have Iran doing the same to you, and it's a catastrophe. Why can't you? I'll just finish off a little bit more and then
States on Trump to step in and support Israel?
I can't speak for the Americans. It's not us, and we're not looking for them to do that. And we've been able to take care of this very well on our own. But our point is that this is not Israel's battle. We have been thrusted into the center of this because Iran, for many years, has built this through this tentacles of the octopus, have built this attempt to annihilate Israel, which they call the little Satan. The great Satan is not only the United States, but what represents to them is the entire Western world. And we're just the closest.
Now, can we just... This is the theocracy in Iran talking. If it was removed, which would be a good thing, then there would be a completely different version of what Iran stands for and what they want and so on. So it is disturbing that these people, such as Sharri Markson, cannot find a level of truth and honesty in any of their statements because they are blinded to the propaganda that is sold to them by Israel, by Netanyahu, and by the US government. It's appalling, it's a shame, but nevertheless, I guess that's simply who they are. Now, let me know what you think in the comment sections below. I'd love to hear from you. Remember to subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything. And certainly share and like my videos. Thanks very much for being with me. Take care, look after yourselves, and more importantly, be safe.